Hey sports fans, it was an okay week for Philly sports. Eagles go to 9-1, the Flyers lost in a shootout in Montreal, LaSalle loses at Georgetown, and former Phillies manager Terry Francona being named Manager of the Year. The Philadelphia Flyers saw their winless streak extend to 6 straight games as they lost via shootout 5-4 to the Montreal Canadiens at the Bell Center on Saturday evening. Travis Sanheim and Owen Tippett gave the Flyers a 2-0 lead in the first 2 minutes 55 seconds of the game. Montreal tied up on goals by Christian Dvorak at 4:07 and Cole Caulfield at 17:49. In the second period, defenseman Mike Matheson gave Montreal a 3-2 lead at 11:55. That was answered by a Tippett goal directly off a faceoff at the 15:50 mark. A Kevin Hayes goal at 8:17 of the third period to give Philly a 4-3 lead. With Montreal attacking on a 6-on-5, Cole Caulfield forced overtime at 19:58. Carter Hart stopped 28 of 32 shots in regulation and overtime. He was 2 for 3 in the shootout. Jake Allen denied 25 of 29 Flyers shots through 29 minutes. In the shootout, Allen was officially 3 for 3, although the second round attempt clanked off both goalposts. Final score, Canadiens 5, Flyers 4. Good luck to the Philadelphia Flyers in their next game against the Washington Capitals on Wednesday. The LaSalle men's basketball team came back from 20 points down in the second half against Georgetown to tie the game with 2:14 to play, but the Hoyas managed to fend off the Explorers for a 69-62 victory in the consolation game of the Jersey Mike's Jamaica Classic at the Montego Bay Convention Center. After trailing by as many as 25 points in the first half and being down 41-21 at halftime, the Explorers started to chip away at Georgetown's lead by going on an 11-4 run in the first 3:14 of the second half to make it a 45-32 game. Then after the Hoyas extended their lead to 54-34 with 13:35 remaining in the second half, the Explorers kicked it into overdrive, outscoring Georgetown by a 28-8 margin to make it a 62-all ball game with 2:14 left. However, the Hoyas went back down the court and took the lead on a turnaround jumper by Kyrgyz Wahab. Then after LaSalle turned over the ball on its next possession, Georgetown made a pair of free throws to extend the lead to 66-62 with 1:20 left. The Explorers attempted 2 more shots to try to cut the deficit, but the Hoyas came away with a defensive rebound and made 2 more foul shots to extend their lead to 68-62 with 29 seconds left. The Explorers took 2 more 3-pointers to try to trim Georgetown's lead, but the Hoyas got another defensive rebound and added another point on a free throw to seal the win. Final score, Hoyas 69, Explorers 62. Good luck to the LaSalle Explorers in their next game against the Binghamton Bearcats on Wednesday. Cleveland Guardians and former Phillies manager Terry Francona was named American League Manager of the Year on Tuesday for the 3rd time in his career. All of them with Cleveland after taking home the honor in 2013 and 2016. He just completed his 22nd season managing in the big leagues after starts in Philadelphia and Boston before becoming the Guardians skipper in 2013. Francona has 1,874 career regular season wins and 2 World Series titles. Congratulations to Terry Francona for being named American League Manager of the Year. The Eagles overcame a 10-point fourth-quarter deficit for the first time since the miracle at the New Meadowlands in 2010 to defeat the Indianapolis Colts 17-16. Jalen Hurts scored on a 7-yard touchdown run up the middle with just 1:20 remaining to give Philadelphia its first lead of the day. The Eagles are now 9-1 and a perfect 3-0 against the AFC South. Penalties and turnovers flummoxed the offense all game long. But Hurts was magnificent in the fourth quarter as he finished the day with 190 passing yards, a 107.1 passer rating, a game-high 86 rushing yards, and 2 total touchdowns. Quez Watkins scored the Eagles' first touchdown of the day in the fourth quarter, and Devontae Smith led all players with 78 receiving yards. The defense kept the Eagles in the game. After allowing a 75-yard touchdown drive on the first possession of the game, the Eagles held the Colts to 3 field goals. The Colts had 4 first downs on the opening drive, but just 10 first downs and 209 total yards the rest of the way. Linville Joseph and Ndamukong Suh made their Eagles debuts as running back Jonathan Taylor had 84 rushing yards and 3.8 yards per carry, while scoring a touchdown and losing a fumble. Quarterback Matt Ryan threw for 213 yards, and Michael Pittman led the Colts with 75 receiving yards. Final score, Eagles 17, Colts 16. Good luck to the Philadelphia Eagles in their next game against the Green Bay Packers on Sunday. Last week I went 3-3 in my picks, getting the Patriots, Bengals, and Bills right. I missed the Packers, Giants, and Vikings. It's week 12 of the NFL season. Which teams will win on Thursday and Sunday? Buffalo Bills versus Detroit Lions. The Bills won 31-23 to the Browns. The Lions won 31-18 in New Jersey. I have the Buffalo Bills winning in Detroit. New York Giants versus Dallas Cowboys. A battle of the 7-3 teams. The Giants lost 31-18 to Detroit. The Cowboys won 40-3 at Minnesota. I have the New York Giants beating the Cowboys. New England Patriots versus Minnesota Vikings. The Patriots won 10-3 to the Jets. The Vikings lost big time, 40-3. I have the New England Patriots winning in Minnesota. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Cleveland Browns. The Buccaneers are coming off their bye week. The Browns lost 31-23 to the Bills. I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning in Cleveland. Los Angeles Rams versus Kansas City Chiefs. The Rams lost 27-20 at New Orleans. The Chiefs won 30-27 in Inglewood. I have the Kansas City Chiefs winning over the Rams. Green Bay Packers versus Philadelphia Eagles. A battle of the Greens. The Packers lost 27-17 to Tennessee. The Eagles won 17-16 at Indianapolis. Sorry, Packers fans. The Eagles are going to 10-1. Check in next week and we will see how everyone did. In what year did Terry Francona win the Golden Spikes Award? The answer, 1980. That is a wrap. You can check me out on my podcast at Stefan Sports Radio, or through the podcast app, or this YouTube channel. And you can listen to me on Saturday nights at 6 o'clock on 1360 WNJC in Cherry Hill. Thank you for watching and see you next time on Let's Talk Sports.